Hello again, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to yet another GGvision Starcraft 2 Colosseum commentary with me, Sebastian Sjöberg, and our lovely guest, Dario TLO Wunsch, who will be casting Mondragon versus Bratok with me here today. How are we doing, Dario?
I'm doing good, and I'm really happy that you pronounced the name of
Yes,
Bratok correctly.
No American can do that. They say, okay, it's Bratok.
Because it's a Russian. I think it means something like Big Brother or something. Okay, I shouldn't say that because I have no fucking idea right now. But it has some Russian meaning. So
I think it's something like some sort of gangster or street urchin, bad boy, something along those lines.
Yeah, I shall Google it up after that replay. It was something cool, definitely.
It's something cool, and Bratok is a very cool player.
Absolutely, one of my favorite Terran players as well. He always plays a little bit different than most people, and I like playing against him. Every time I play against him, it produces awesome games. Like every second game is a base trade. Some really funky situations occur, and then you have to really think what you have to do now, because we put each other in really uncomfortable, weird spots over and over again.
He is that kind of player, and he's been a part of the scene for so long. I remember him doing very well in the original Team Liquid Star Leagues back in Brood War, and he has truly forged a name for himself in the StarCraft 2 era. And I've simply always loved his style. It seems so Russian in nature, you know, heavy, tank-based, well, depending on the meta game, but it seems like, yeah, he is the Red Army back in the good old days when they had millions of men to spare and they could just throw him against the walls of Stalingrad. It's just a lovely feeling seeing Bratok play. What kind of strategy do you perceive from this game on Scrap Station coming out of him?
Well, I think he's gonna go for a pretty fast factory. He went for an early gas, so that doesn't suggest an extremely fast expansion.
It would.
And Bratok simply loves his factory units as well. He's not even building a second marine, so that really enforces my suggestion that he's gonna go for a factory, because then you can get a quick Hellion out, but still not delay your command center as much as you would have to do if you continue building marines. Considering the placement of his factory, he's probably even gonna add a reactor to his factory, which is a lovely play. I like to do that myself now.
So some quick Hellions coming out of him to roast some drones at this building expansion, perhaps?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, on Scrap Station, usually the expansion of any map is pretty close to the ramp, so you can defend your expansion and your main at the same time, while at Scrap Station it's a little bit divided and making it harder. As long as you don't have creep spread, you can't really have your queens defending at your ramp or your choke point. So Hellions are definitely a pretty strong choice.
And here we see a reactor being constructed on the barracks, and now will be swapped for the factory. So indeed we'll see some beautiful Hellion play. Do you think he'll go for Blue Flame, or will he just have a couple of Hellions to do some early damage before transitioning into his main build, do you think?
That's very hard to tell. Right now he goes for a tech lab next to his factory as well, meaning he could swap it around, but the thing is, if you research Blue Flame, that reduces your production capabilities of building Hellions by 50% because you don't have a reactor anymore.
Yes.
So I think he might just go for it looks like a simple Hellion Marauder build, and if you do that you usually never go for Blue Flame. However, Mondragon is actually scouting it, seeing Bratok is on one base, which is a big deal because now he can just focus on building a lot of units, not getting too many drones, and even getting 2 spine crawlers, 1 for each base.
Yeah, and we see that Mondragon's got 25 harvesters ready to be roasted if Bratok so decides, and of course if he can avoid that from happening, he will have a serious economic advantage having a saturated expansion up. He'll just have to see what he can do now. 2 queens, 1 spine crawler defending, and drones being immediately evacuated out of there. Beautifully done by Mondragon. Now he's actually captured the Hellion. The queens and the spine crawler will not allow this one to get out. That was beautifully deflected by our Zerg player Mondragon.
Yeah, and that slow queen making its way through the hull and even taking it out with the second queen now. Helion's not doing any damage. Interestingly, Pradok actually went for Ghost Academy, which is quite unusual. Adding a ghost now, and
sounds like you.
Yeah, maybe. I mean, not even I do like one base ghost build against Zerg. It wouldn't even come to my mind.
I've never seen it placed that way on the ramp as well. Not even hidden, using it to do a very stationary wall-in. He can't move that building. But speaking of wall-ins, we have a beautiful Spinecrawler Queen Evolution Chamber wall here, and now these Hellions will try to roast down the debris. That will take a while. So we see some original play coming out of both of these players, don't we, Dario? Now Mondragon going for double gas at his expansion.
So the question is, we're gonna hit 100 gas any second. He is gonna add a nuke to the ghost.
Ooh.
And yeah, that is what I was expecting from a ghost play, because why else would gonna get a ghost now? So what I assume is he's gonna try to take out the spine crawlers and then move in with all the units while they're unburrowing and have to retreat from the nuke.
Yeah, of course, nukes, as you have shown several times, Dario, in your play, well, it's nice if you can kill stuff with it, but it's actually very useful as a way of forcing troop movements that your opponent would not want to do. You force them to move out or move out of the way of a nuke, and that's why you can launch your real attack. And now we see Spine Crawlers and Banelings guarding this debris that will soon be destructed, and here we go. Bratok will make his move. What do you make of this, Dario?
I don't know, I've never seen that. Mondragon is gonna try to take out...
Oh, here we are.
Oh, trapping all the Hellions. Really bad move by Pradok. Not very good micro by him at all. Even losing the ghost, and Mondragon takes out everything. Really sad for that to happen like that. I think the attack could have been quite powerful if microed correctly.
Yeah, that was a bit anticlimactic, I suppose. I mean, it's lovely to see trying to break a fortified Zerg with a nuke like that, especially with a force consisting of so many Hellions, but Mondragon just met it right on, and now even building an Overseer and a Spore Crawler just to make sure that if the Ghost has Cloak next time, no dice. So one creative player besting the other. This is a beautiful game of StarCraft, I must say, Dario. Now Bratok going for his own expansions, a tad late.
Yeah, too bad it didn't work out for Bratok, but he's still in the game. He got an expansion himself any second now himself, but Mondragon is ahead, 15 supply and about 20 workers, though that's quite a big deal. He's in a very comfortable spot right now, getting Baneling speed, making himself safe against any kind of attack, and starting to get an insane creep spread, having 5 active tumors and 5 spine crawlers, giving him a really nice defense. Sending out a drone, probably gonna take the gold expansion, and absolutely, and getting even a second evolution chamber. Mondragon basically has all options on his side right now.
He definitely does, and he is a player who knows how to capitalize on that. Now scouting the gold, making sure it's safe, and as you said, this drone here will put a hatchery down there, and meanwhile extending his spine crawler defense and his creep tumors. These are 5 creep tumors just extending over here. This is what I love to see, and I must say, Dario, even when watching like the GSL and the very top tournaments, I still don't see many Zerg players being so good at creep spreading as they ought to be. Even to this day, StarCraft 2 has been out for almost a year now if you count the beta, and it's still something that isn't too common. And now we see Mondragon just pincing 2 Hellions, taking yet another victory in this battle.
Absolutely, yeah, I agree. The creep spread actually is horrifically bad by a lot of players. It shouldn't be like that. Drop coming in to the main from Braddock. Mondragon actually wasting a lot of Banelings to take out those Marines. Not a good trade for him, taking out 6 Marines with I think 7 or 8 Banelings. A little bit of a blunder by him there. Should just use Zerglings to take that out, but no big deal anyways.
Yeah, I must say that was a very spectacular way to kill 6 Marines. I believe you are 2 or 3 seconds ahead of me in replay time, Dario, but very nicely deflected by Mondragon again, even if he was a bit wasteful, feeling like a millionaire perhaps. And Brattok is definitely pinned back, but not out of it. And now we see a goop going down on a barracks of Brattok, and that always reminds me of that Idra game versus Senio back in the early days of the GSL, when Senio gooped Idra all the way to hell and defeated him in a very spectacular manner. And the gold is now up for Mondragon. I'm sure it will be saturated shortly, and Creep Spread continues, claiming another expansion here in the lower right middle-y kind of area. Do you think Mondragon has this, or is Brattok able to come back? Now Mondragon going for Mutas.
Well, Brattok is actually catching up in supply. 90 against... well, both players having about 90 supply now. I'm not sure if he missed a drop somewhere, but he definitely took out an Overlord, and supply is blocked Mondragon for quite some time. Mondragon, however, stockpiling a lot of money, having 2 more bases. Yeah, I think it comes down a little bit to how people can be active on the map now, doing drops or harassing with mutas. Once again, banelings to take out Marines. Not sure why Mondragon keeps doing that. At least the medivac goes down, but even 2 mutas get picked off, so another successful job for Brattok for sure. Both players being active. Another drop coming into the gold base, taking out a Spinecrawler and a Queen. Probably gonna be hitting some drones as well. A burrow movement by Mondragon, putting down all those drones. But Brattok has enough energy to scan and takes them out. Good moves by Brattok for sure.
Absolutely, and I still think you are a few seconds ahead of me there, Dario, but it seems like these players are definitely exchanging blows back and forth, one burrowing, the other scanning, doing a very nice job there. And as you said, if Mondragon continues to kill off Brattok's Marines with Banelings, Brattok basically wins. He earns money, earns gas by doing such expensive exchanges with Mondragon. Now we see Brattok placing his Marines on the high ground terrain there above the gold expansion, and even though Mondragon is way ahead in income and harvesters, it seems like Brattok is by no means out of this game. He should take a third expansion soon, though. That is becoming more and more desperate. Another drop now moving on to Mondragon's main base with 8 Marines in it. Let's see what he can do with that.
Considering Mondragon does have mutas out, he should not have any problem dealing with that. Even having nice creep spread in his main, spotting the drop early on, gonna be taking it out without any problems.
Yes, and this time even the medivac goes down, so it seems like maybe the drop phase is over. But again, we see the Marines now killing drones at the gold expansion, and we'll be able to take out this hatchery, I do believe. So Mondragon being spread out all over the place, and Brattok being the player who knows how to punish that accordingly. Now destroying the hatchery and escaping. Probably will lose the medivac, but still he is clawing his way back into this game. If he can only establish a third base, then we definitely have a contender here.
Yeah, absolutely, but it looks like Brattok might just be going for a 2-base timing attack.
Yes.
Beautiful burrowed banelings by Mondragon, but Brattok actually does have a Raven, which makes me very happy, because not enough Terran players do get a Raven, in my opinion.
Exactly, it must be because Brattok used to play Brood War, and then you had Science Vessels for Irradiate all the time. This is something that we haven't seen a lot of, and of course many of the spells used by the Raven have not yet been utilized to the full. I know you've been a big proponent of the auto turret and even the Hunter Seeker missile, but we'll just have to see if Brattok will utilize them as well. Now trying to take ground, and we see some Mutalist harassment up here in the natural expansion of Brattok.
Taking out a lot of SCVs, probably gonna pick up both turrets. Losing a few Mutalists in the progress, but definitely worth it. And Brattok is keeps on moving forward and gonna put the third base of Mondragon under fire pretty soon.
And here we see Mondragon trying to re-establish the expansion at the gold base, but of course Brattok's aggression will force him to engage sooner or later, and it's often said that the best way of defending is to attack. And here we see a siege being put on the base, the siege tanks now going up, and Mondragon has to do something about this.
Absolutely, and he does do something about it. He's not deciding to defend his base, he's just taking down the rocks and going for a counter-attack.
That's the best kind of defense once again. He has got no less than 17 Mutalisks with 1 attack upgrade, 32 Banelings and 40 Zerglings there for good measure. So if Brattok spends a lot of time and money trying to take down one expansion, Mondragon will try to take out his main. Now the siege tanks are going down in seconds, but many Banelings are being taken down as well. And now they're in the base. It seems like Mondragon has truly started to rain havoc upon the Russian menace. And the question is, can these Banelings land on all the SCVs and mules? He's spreading them beautifully. Mondragon, blow them up! There we go.
Not doing as much damage as he could have done actually, but Brattok actually played it really nicely. I think Mondragon is really far ahead now, taking out almost all economy by Brattok. Still on one, he's on one mining, down to one mining base now, and unless Brattok can actually take out Mondragon with his next force of units, he's not going to be able to come back from that game.
Absolutely, and Mondragon even got 2 burrowed Banelings here just to the right of Brattok's expansion, and those may kill the remaining SCVs, no problem. But we here have yet another counterattack by the Russian menace, and this could be a killing blow. It all depends on the micro and the positioning. Brattok can cause a hell of a lot of damage with this. Mondragon needs to take this down in a convincing manner.
Absolutely, it was simply too many units, and the siege came way too late, but even I think if he would have sieged early now, it wouldn't have made a big difference. Nice move by Mondragon actually, burying Banelings and trying to lure the Marines into there, very smart.
Yeah, that was just a slaughter, and I mean, siege tanks, they soak up a lot of Baneling damage for sure, but if you got enough of them, just go for it, and the Mutalisk will take up the scraps. And here we see those bird Banelings even killing some remaining troops, and now Mondragon is retreating with his Mutalisk force, but he just took down Brattok's entire army, it seems like. Only 20 Marines and no siege tanks left. Wow.
Absolutely, and now Mondragon can just basically finish the game, can play it slowly, doesn't have to be over eager in any ways.
Absolutely, and I'm suffering from some mouse problems. Hopefully this can solve it. Never mind that, ladies and gentlemen, sorry about the minor hiccup there, we're back in the game. It seems indeed like Mondragon has a convincing lead right now, but how will he perform the killing blow? That is the question. He's got burrowed Banelings just outside the troops here, and now the Mutalisks are coming in.
Absolutely, I don't think he has to really do a lot, he can more or less almost aim move.
Yes, indeed he can, and with some burrowed Banelings there, Roxkiss Brattok is forced to GG. And sorry for having some minor technical difficulties there towards the end, but man, what a game! And I miss Scrap Station, we don't see it enough these days.
Oh, I don't, I hate that map so much. I mean, it does create interesting games, but I'm just terribly bad on it.
Well, apparently Mondragon has figured out a way of being good at it, and I think this was a very entertaining series, I must say, and a beautiful showcase of not so standard Zerg play. And we even saw a quick ghost build with a nuke that I swore could have been your invention coming out of Brattok, a player I would never have expected that from.
Yeah, and it's quite impressive for him to actually come back into that game after completely failing that initial attack, where he committed so many resources to it. I wonder if he's gonna do that more often and make it work eventually. That would be really nice.
It would. That would revolutionize the meta game, and I think Blizzard really made an effort in trying to make the nuke mechanic work better in StarCraft 2 than in StarCraft 1, and of course we've seen it several times, but it has yet to become truly optimized. And I mean, it's not fair that you should be the only one trying to put nukes out there as a viable strategy. We need more people, and Brattok here, he definitely has done what he can in this game. Too bad he didn't win with it.
Yeah, but he did win anyways, so good job Brattok, and GG to Mondragon anyways. No, wait, Mondragon won. What am I talking about?
He won our hearts, Brattok
yeah.
did, and Mondragon won the game, definitely. And Again, Dario, always a pleasure to cast with you. You want to do another game?
Yeah, sure, let's do it.
Excellent. See you in a short while, folks. GG for now.
Adjutant online.